Greetings, Crosspoint. This is our August vlog, our August video blog for 2023. And if you happen to be watching this as a guest, my name is Ryan Whitley and I'm the pastor of Crosspoint. And some of you may be wondering why I do this video vlog. I made a decision last year after some research that people will spend time watching a video more than they will read an email or a blog post. And so last fall, I started making videos from my beautiful backyard, and I haven't stopped, and I really enjoy it. Besides, I'm a better communicator verbally than I am in writing. I speak better than I write. Writing is hard for me, and I feel like I'm able to communicate much better. Besides, I want you to see my face and hear my voice inflections and pick up on what I'm talking about. One other reason why I love making this vlog is because I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Here's the secret. It's July, and I'm making the August vlog. So why would I be doing that? Well, because I'm not going to be here in August. And so it's the convenience of video technology. I can leave a message for you, and Kylan Parker can send it to you at the 1st of August, because we will not be here in August. In fact, by the time you receive this vlog, I have no idea where we will be. We're using the last half of our vacation, just kind of open-ended. The first half, very structured, very planned. I can tell you where we're going to be every day. And by the time you receive this, we will have already spent about 7, 8, 9, 10 days with our kids. And hopefully we'll be back in the States, and hopefully everything will be fine. I read something recently that made an impression on me that made me think of Crosspoint. And it's from Kerry Newhoff. He's a former attorney, now church planner and pastor and blogger who lives in Canada. And he wrote a blog on the difference between growing churches and declining churches. And he cited 5 differences. And when I read it, I thought, wow, he's describing Crosspoint. Let's see if you agree. He says, here are 5 differences between a growing church and a declining church. He said the first difference is we can versus we can't. A growing church says we can do this, and a declining church says we can't. And an example would be Crosspoint. All those years ago, we had a $13 million mortgage, and we said, we can build phase 2, we can take on the mortgage, and we can pay it off. And through the Lord's help, we were able to. We can versus we can't. Second one, them versus us. Them versus us. And it's a mentality of, are we going to take care of them, or are we going to take care of us? Are we going to minister to them, or are we going to minister to us? And I like that mentality because we're a them church. We're there for the world. We want to reach the world with the gospel of Jesus Christ, which is why we say that our vision for the world is here, there, and everywhere. I mean, we are about glorifying God to reach just one more to become a fully devoted follower of Jesus Christ. So we're a them church. We're about them more so than we are about us. So you have we can versus we can't, them versus us. Here's one you've heard me literally say before: principle versus preference. Principle versus preference. A growing church is driven by principle, specifically biblical principle, whereas a declining church is driven by preference. Declining churches say, we don't want to do that. We don't like that. We like this. We want this. We want that. They're not driven by biblical conviction or biblical principles. They're driven by their own cultural preferences. Here's the fourth one: proactive versus reactive. If ever there's a church that's proactive, it's Crosspoint. We get it done. We do it. We make it happen. We don't react. We act. And an example of that would be the fact that we are sending 136 Crosspointers across the globe this summer, here, there, and everywhere. That's proactive. taking the gospel to the nations. And then the final characteristic is today versus someday. That a declining church says, we'll get to that someday. But a growing church says, we'll do it today. And again, that's part of that spillover from the previous one. We're a proactive church. We get it done. We do it now. We wrap it up. We finish it. We move on. I like those 5 traits, and I think we nail every one of them. We can versus we can't. Them versus us. Principle versus preference. Proactive versus reactive. Today versus someday. And let me add this. I practice that today versus someday mentality all the time. I know I'm a task-driven person. I wake up every morning and I got a to-do list waiting on me. And the reason I have a to-do list waiting on me is because at the end of every day, I create my to-do list for the next day. That's the best time to make your to-do list the night before. I also tidy up my desk. I tidy up everything before I finish my day, because I found if I come back to a clean desk that's tidy rather than having paper strewn everywhere, I'm more efficient and more effective. But I give you this little personal tidbit. You're much more effective if you do things now rather than later. You're much more efficient if you do. There's an efficaciousness associated with getting things done and going through that list. Now, one of the things I have to do, and I'm sure some of you also, is I have to remind myself to not be so task-driven that I ignore the relationships, that I ignore people or overlook people. And I do not want to do that. People matter more than tasks. People matter more than a to-do list. So there you have it. There's your video blog for the month of August that I made in the month of July before we took our vacation. Let me close by saying this, that I love you. I have missed you, even though I haven't left yet. I've missed you. I look forward to being reunited with you. When I come back, it's time to hit the fall. It's time to start our grow groups or restart our grow groups. It's time to do first grade Bible presentation. It's time to do Smash follow-up. It's time to promote our children through their Bible study classes. And it's time for you to find a new Bible study class if you haven't found one lately. And I want you to know I love you. I want you to know that I look forward to being reunited with you soon. Enjoy your day. God bless you.